Thanks for staying with us. So the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, has threatened to banish any trader, market man or woman who sells food items and other essential commodities beyond the reach of the common people in Ile-Ife. Apparently, the Ooni is dissatisfied with the current hike of foodstuff and other commodities in the market. This has made him read out the Riot Act to market men and women in the city of Ile-Ife. What are your thoughts on this? There was a video that showed one of his chiefs come out to announce to the women that all the various associations they are putting together has been dissolved, and that he must not hear of anybody increasing food prices arbitrarily in that community. Now, many have complimented or they have commended these directives. However, others are saying that this is against the law. Is it even right for you as an Oba, as a chief, or obviously the Oba, to categorically state that people cannot associate or have organizations or have groups as is constitutionally allowed for them to do? How can you say that no organizations is allowed, no market organizations will be allowed and, in your own domain? So that's the conversation. What are your thoughts on this? The good side, the bad side?
The ugly side.
On all the sides, you know, because you say government is about the people, government, politics is local, government is local. What are your thoughts on this? You can call us on 081-0764-1679, 090-241-63440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets.
Yeah.
Like to go
so
first.
a little background to the story. I think they realized that the unions were making the market women sell way higher than they actually would have loved to sell. And then they will blacklist market people who want to retain their normal prices just to be able to sell off their goods. And so this brought me to thinking that sometimes we have unions for the benefit of the people, but along the line, they lose the focus for which they have been created, and then they start causing problems for even the people that they were created for. Unions are normally supposed to support and enhance the market people or market women's experiences to make sure that they are not cheated, the taxes are not too much, and those are some of the things that they fight. But where the unions are now in charge of pegging prices for products, you are not the marketer, you are not the farmer, you are not the person selling. The person selling wants to sell this plate of tomatoes for 10 naira, but you're saying, no, because we have to peg a price so that we can make whatever it is we want to make out of it, everybody must sell 20 naira, and if you're caught selling 10 naira, and maybe in my head, I bought this thing for 5 naira, and I'm like, I put enough profit. I want to sell out this product, but then you're pegging it and then blacklisting me when I refuse to sell. So I think the Ooni doing this is stepping in to see how he can solve the problem of his community, which is a welcome development.
To put in other additional context, okay, there are some unions in a way to help you. So, for example, market women are saying, I'm having trouble getting transportation of my goods. Okay. So if we form a union, we can all put small money together and bring the goods from XYZ place here. So because of that, these unions, some have that, they have that power to say, okay, based on how much you bringing to transportation, you can't continue to sell this at 5 naira. You must sell it at 10 naira because they are making those decisions. But it now depends on which union you are part of. Some might be expensive, some might be cheaper. So there's always that disparity in price on different groups. So it's not like somebody just arbitrarily just increased it. It's probably based on certain factors that they increase the prices.
I hope as a market person, I should be able to determine how much I want to sell something now. Like if I bought it for 5 naira, I can say I'm okay with selling it for 7 naira. I'm feeling like the empathy, or I can make a decision based on how I'm feeling. But if it is imposed that I cannot sell less than this based on how much we all agreed we will sell, that based on transportation cost, then it becomes a challenge. It's not even a first time, because in the Guardian report, the Owa Obokun of Ijesha land also had imposed something like this against unions. So it is obvious that it's a union thing, that a few people within them disagree with the way the prices are being pegged. And it is because we are all together. I don't want it to seem like I'm now selling below our agreed price. That's why there is a bit of hike in how the items are being sold. I bought bananas yesterday, and I had prices in a few places, and I saw a woman. When she put the banana together, there was a look like I feel like she wanted to go home. So it was
just wanted to sell off.
Take it 3,000. My mother was still saying 2,000. I just do that tip. Like, did you know how much price? Let's just carry. And a woman beside her was not saying, why? How will you sell for 2,000? Like, they were actually having a conversation with her concerning why she's selling it. She said, I beg her, she wants to go home. And if I will take everything, I can take everything for 3,000 naira. So sometimes there are different reasons that people make their decisions. And they should be allowed to. Because I'm a member does not mean that I am tied in a way that does not give me the liberty to make my decisions. I can count my losses.
I hear the Ooni and I hear, you both, and I think, to a very large extent, based on this context, that it's right, like the right move. But I don't know to what degree that his pronouncement would be effective. I think he does have influence, but I don't know if it makes it effective. But secondly, the reason we're looking at this also negatively is because right now it's about price hikes. There have been situations in markets where someone who is like a bigger buyer or distributor of a particular produce or product would crash the price and sell much lower than everyone else in the market. And so you find people struggling. And the unions have helped, in cases like that. Yeah. So for me, I hope that this conversation sat with the Ooni, sat with the associations to find out those factors that, made them put these prices. Now, whether we like it or not, all over the world, and Nigeria specifically, the inflation is, we know. Prices are terrible everywhere. Sometimes when I go to buy something and the person is like, now this country, I'm like, but I live in the same country as you, so it's affecting us all. And if for some reason, after conversations, we see that these unions are not doing anything arbitrarily, high or bad, I think that there can be like a balance, but to take them out right now, let's also remember that there are situations where they have stood and have protected the market people.
In addition to that, so that's what I'm saying, that does the Ooni have the right to just come out with this directive without talking to the unions? Maybe he has and we don't know, because what should have happened is a conversation with the unions, because just as Mariam said, there are instances where the unions come to support them. They have all these adjusting they do sometimes, where you put money together and it's these leaders can say, okay, you help you to pay children's school fees, help you to do burial, it's from these money. So they're saying, listen, for us to achieve, because of the prices of things right now, we can't afford to pay anybody's school fees here and there. So what we need you to do is start selling at this price so that we can have some money in the pot for every, there could be different reasons. So I think the right thing, as noble as it is on the part of the Ooni, is to have a conversation to understand what is this for, to what end are you doing it? So there's
I want to believe that he did not make this decision just waking up from his bed one day, chewing that their local chewing stick and say, okay, this is what I want. I want to believe that he may have had consultations. It may not have been public, but he had definitely, because he spoke from a place where he understood what the women were going through. How he now had the conversation is what we don't know. Maybe he would come out and explain to us. But we've always had over time where it seems like the problems we have with scarcity and our food and price hike most times emanates from middlemen, however they appear, whether it's the marketers, who are in between the manufacturers or the farmers and then the consumers. Those ones are the ones that likely would overhike, would manufacture artificial scarcity, just so that they can make more money. And people are saying, with what we are going through right now, if people are not going to use your brain to help your neighbor, we can do that for you. We can stand as an authority and say, for now, no unions, no this, no that. I want to believe that as things improve, you may look at it and say, okay, these unions actually do fight for you people. They have to come back.
But we can't state.
So I think that right. So I think he should be working with the price regulatory bodies with government.
No, but they're not affecting markets.
No, they will. We had the name of this body has escaped me right now, but we've had reports
FCCP.
on the news regularly. They've been going around regularly to check the prices.
Supermarkets.
So not supermarkets. They've gone into markets. They will tell you some of the prices that they are seeing and the reason why those prices are the way they are at that particular moment. He can work with that body because they are the ones that have the authority to be able to put any prices down.
There's something that I feel is very good. In that, I noticed one of the things they said was prices of pepper shouldn't be starting from 500 naira. Some people don't have 500 naira and they cannot afford to cook because they don't have that much. They didn't earn that much that day. Can we start from 100 naira? Even if it is a smaller piece you're going to
4 pieces
that will be provided under that 100 naira. Let there be a display portion of 100 naira, portion of 200. Not that you have set a benchmark that is so high
only 500
and cutting people off.
The question now is, as a Nigerian citizen, I am allowed by my constitution to associate. I have that constitutional right to have a union. Therefore, the king of my domain, does he have the right to stop me from associating? So we have to choose. What are we doing? A secular state? Are we doing what was the olden days way of autonomy? Wait, what kind of leadership structure do we have in our country? We can't just wake up this morning and say, okay, today I'm doing the king. No more associations. We live in. We're being run by
democracy. Is it because it's the king that made this, or if the government, if the state government had done the same thing, would you be asking this question?
Go to the House of Assembly. Exactly. You can't just wake up tomorrow and say you can't associate. The laws of the land allows me to associate.
But they have executive orders as well now.
No, the traditional...
No, I'm just saying, I was asking if it was the state government that did this. Are we going to be asking this same question?
The government cannot do that without...
They
have executive orders.
They also need to ensure that they go through the House of Assembly. There's a body that creates our laws for us.
Okay, so we're also saying, from what I hear, is that there's a process to do things in, you know, there's a government, there's a constitution, there's a way that we do things. There are some times that our leaders make this pronouncement, and what you get really is just sentimental reactions. It just makes you feel that, oh, he understands our cry. He really wants the best for us. And it's really to allay emotions of those around. But does it really have a tangible effect? It may not. And if that's the case, then it's almost like a waste if he does not back it up with, you know, what the Constitution has put in place or the bodies that have been put in place to help properly regulate. I would have liked that the Ooni had invited the bodies that regulate prices, that go into this market and say, these are our issues. We have talked to these people and this is what we'll do. But if we just make pronouncements, we have said it for our politicians as well. Sometimes they'll just make this pronouncement and then they go home. But it doesn't do anything tangible. So it's not that the Ooni has done anything wrong. It's that what is the end game here? Is it really to see a response, a tangible effect on the prices? Or just to make
because there are positive reasons why those unions were created in the first place.
Sometimes they miss the mark.
Sometimes when they don't. What if when they do? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Let me take this call. I'll come back to you. Talk about Vin from Ketu. Oh, I'm so sorry. Vin.
So yesterday, Shonaike says that these unions are so powerful in the market and their taxation contributes to the high price of food in the market as well. So every organized produce has a union, and you pay. You pay to bring in the trucks. Yeah. Sometimes we blame the middlemen, but the middlemen are incurring so much cost. You're bringing the thing from the market, from the farm, and north or middle belt, and at every junction, the police will stop you, army will stop you, Agbero will stop you. Kidnappers will stop you. So you are
so paying the Ooni that has made this pronouncement, would you going to help them transport it from middle belt?
It's also important.
We have that plan.
No, it's important we have this conversation so that everybody on the road understands the part they are playing. You collecting that 100 naira that they will keep for you, they just give you 100. They will gather that 100 naira and add on the produce, which makes it more expensive at the end of the day. So we are all affecting ourselves, and if we want to make improvement, we should also cut back on the way we are asking for tips and tips.
It goes back to that conversation we always have. That
with the people.
With the people. Let's even choose. Because one second we want to go by the law, the rule of law. Next second,
when the law is not sweet.
When the law is not up there. We now say, no, that's the king. He can make that pronouncement. Just tell them. Just tell them.
And then tomorrow when he says something that is not...
We now remind him that it's not powered by the law. So it's a difficult country sometimes.
To pick a side.
In this country, it's so difficult. Even I can't be a leader sometimes. It's so difficult because the people are left today and they're all right today and they're middle, and you're thinking, where are we as a people? You see how this conversation...
We move. We are fluid.
We are fluid. That's the word. We are constantly fluid in this country. Let's take a few comments on social media as we wrap up, because honestly,
oh my God.
But I do really hope that the king has conversations, consultations with all the various unions, because I believe. I mean, even this one this is our Nigerian Labour Congress. They started off all this, to fight for the people. Now they're focusing on minimum wage. They don't want to care if the Chinese company is sacking you illegally.
They don't bother about
They only focus right now on the minimum wage issue. So all these things, the focuses usually change. But the idea, let us see, was it created for?
Times are hard, and when times are hard like this, sometimes even the smallest decision will be so complicated.
So have a message.
The Ooni really does have good intentions. I want to put that out there. he has good intentions, but I don't know how.
If this is the way. Okay. Corey Michael says, you don't think that before the Ooni took this decision, he must have received petitions? Ruth Adewale says, traditional rulers don't have the kind of right to. Today it favors the people, tomorrow they don't. Due process is always key. Adeni Itoyin says, here, there's no 200 naira pepe. If you insist that is that is the amount you want to pay or you can afford, they'll give you 3 to 4 pieces. And Fiona says, 100 naira and 1 pepe be that too. Yetunde says, these unions are so powerful in the market and their taxation contributes to the high prices of food in the markets. Mo Kayode says, things are astronomically expensive everywhere in the world right now, but it be like saying Nigeria own day difference.
Honestly.
Well, let me just say something in support of the market. So we went to buy tomato and those bowls, and because I'm not really familiar with the paint bucket.
Okay.
How much
so my husband, we were able to buy for 7,500, and it was the last time he bought it. It was
about 15,000 now.
Yes, it was 12,000.
Where did you buy from?
Yes.
So he was saying that
here.
yes, the K2 market. It was the same person. He's a regular. My husband likes shopping. And he has his customers. They always greet him when he gets to the market. So the guy was like, when we were pricing, he said, but the last time you buy him, how much you buy him? You said, how much you buy him? I was like, okay, 12,000. I said, so when I'm saying, say, take it for 8,000,
you know that the price has come down.
Sweetheart, I've never bought it for more than 8,000 naira. And I don't buy in the market. I buy in the shops because I found a hack. Before those people inflate their prices, they sell off what they have, first of all. So if there's scarcity and all of that, and those ones to where I buy from, they get directly from the farmers. I don't know how they make the arrangements. I have never bought more than 8,000. This paint bucket. And I buy every week.
I bought this I bought it. I walk my leg myself. Into that K2 market and I bought 15,000.
I saw it's not Mariah prices.
It wasn't.
Because sometimes
and I priced a few places.
When it was higher.
When it was higher.
8K, 8.5.
It's coming down. It's time for me to go and do shopping.
Inside shop,
talking about yams, there was a picture, I think in the north, what they are doing is they're cutting the yams in the smaller sizes so that people can afford those ones.
I bought yam the other day. It was
sweet potatoes.
We have not eaten yam.
8,000.
I have sweet potato.
Sweet potatoes are good.
Yeah, and it's more filling.
Yes, sweet
And
potatoes.
sweeter.
We're doing a lot of
yes,
sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I'll go and get sweet potatoes today. Because I got yam, because you know we're planting in our house. I bought like 2 tubers and they just fry it, they boil it. And I'm thinking, those times
I'm not seeing yam since in my house, even when we're doing our
shoot. We need to discuss rules for this summer holidays.
Yeah.
There got to be new rules.
So beyond the fact that sweet potato is even healthier than the Irish and the yams, and then it's more filling, you buy a lot more.
Oh,
so we started doing that really.
Can fry, can boil,
and why was it in season?
I'm doing that now.
Yeah.
Sweet potato it is.
Sweet potato.
That's all we can take. But Mama Brown will not answer me.
How about cocoyam?
Pounding yam.
And put psyllium husk.
That's all we can take. It's still
Once you buy
Monday,
it,
guys.
okay
Let's
now.
relax.
Please get
Stay
out.
with us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.